Right, so here we go, garden tour to have a look at the garden, where we're going with it, talk about plans, look at the platform that we've got to work with going forward. And you're gonna have to forgive me, it's a little bit untidy. So yeah, I'm gonna show you how it is and basically where we're gonna go with it going forward. I hope you enjoy. Before we go, little tea sit. Oh, I love that. Let's get going. So I think we've all got this section in our gardens. It is the dumping section. You can see I've put the canners into the cold frame, and so yeah, we've got a lot of reclaimed wood and bricks and slabs and stuff like that. There's a tripod you just saw me using, and then here we are, the little veg patches that I have. You can see, guys, I'm sorry. The beetroot, I need to have a little gander at that, just see how it is, and I need to put cardboard over this, and basically yeah, just the sort of no dig kind of vibe here. So we come round into the garden section. So obviously you don't really mow the lawn at this time of year, so it's a bit unkept. I need to trim the rose bush back, and yeah, you can see it's looking like a winter garden. Let's be honest, this is what a lot of our gardens look like. I've got a lot of leaves still to pick up. Now, my garden, I feel, lacks height on the right hand side and the middle. So I think the left hand side is all good, and I think you have like the tree at the bottom that gives it that focal point of the garden. I'm not happy with this area here, although that is a lovely building, and I feel like we need some height here. So I don't know whether we do some sort of pergola over the Italian section. We need some height from this border here, and we need to cover those fences panels a little bit, don't we? So yeah, we'll have to look at that going forward. You can see the yew bush that I put in is looking really good. There's a few bits on it that look a little bit sad, but overall it's taken really well, I feel. But again, these borders are just looking a little bit samey. So we need to get our bulbs in so that we've got spring colour going forward. And then into this Italian section, which I'm thinking needs something going over it. It's just a load of gravel with bricks at the minute, isn't it? So I did plant a lot of rose shrubs in here, so maybe that's a theme we have going forward. We could make it a little bit of a rose garden. I don't know, let me know your thoughts on that. So we've got the patio, which I've started to clear. You can see in this bag how many leaves I've cleared. The bin's full as well. So yeah, I've done a little bit of work out here. I haven't been totally lazy. And then you've got the pond, which obviously I've got a net going over, so I need to get those leaves off. That's worked well this year, stopping the leaves going in. You can see looking back, the arch is looking golden. Jungle section behind there. Yeah, this border here is like the Fatsia japonica and the Buddleia and that, they're just growing really well to hide the pump of the pond. So the pump is off now, as you can see, and the fish are just floating around in there. I can't remember, they go into sort of hibernation mode, don't they? Someone else would know more than me about that. And we have our bench there that we made this year. It's all looking a little bit wintry, isn't it? But major plans going forward. So this is the jungle section, just taking a step back down the garden. So you can see I was in a bit of panic putting those canners in the cold frame and cutting it back and that. And yeah, we've got the pull-up bar here, which I need to use more going into next year, I really do. So, and then we have loads of hostas and pots and stuff like that. So, but it's all looking a little bit sad and cold. We've got the rose climbers here, which eventually, hopefully, will go over this arch. One thing that's happened this year that's never happened is the camellia flowers have started to open. So these started to open in mid-December, and that's never happened. Normally it's end of February earliest. And so you can see, if we go closer, that the ones that have started to open have got, they've gone brown on the edges, which is frost and weather damage. So yeah, just a little sort of idea of how climate change is affecting our gardens. So hopefully the cold that we had in December has made the rest of the buds stay how they are, because camellias, they get their buds, they're meant to carry them through the winter, and then they're meant to then obviously flower in the spring. So, plans going forward, my main focus short term is getting my spring bulbs into the ground. Honestly, I'm behind, but it's fine, we'll get there. I planted a lot of my bulbs in January this year and they were fine, they look spectacular still. So, short term, get those bulbs into the ground. Also, tidy up the garden a little bit, tidy up the leaves, mainly on the paths and the patio and around the pond area. It is good to have leaves over your borders, and that it helps insects and other things hibernate and hide away and keep warm, and but also feeds your soil underneath. So it is good to leave some leaves and not just completely sort of tidy your garden up and have a little bit of mess in the winter just to help our gardens. So I also want to sort out that little veg area down there. So I need to pull out those beetroots. I need to put some cardboard down, tidy it up. I think a lot of the garden is just tidying up at the minute, and then soon we'll be able to start sowing seeds and doing a few of the jobs that are a little bit more fun. Now, one thing I do find fun, I do find planting bulbs fun. I think it's amazing planting bulbs and you planting them and almost having this promise in your head of what is to come, and it's something to look forward to. So it is very beneficial to people and their mind, in my opinion, to be planting anything, but also especially bulbs is a very nice process to do it and then watch. On longer term, I feel I need to get a greenhouse at some point. So you saw the side of my house. My plan is to have a lean-to greenhouse down the side of my house. Now, it will just help a lot of things. It will help me with some of my tender plants. It will help me not have a house full of little seedlings, and yeah, it will just help the process so much more. That's what I'm telling myself anyway. That's my excuse for getting one eventually, I think. And then, as I said, I feel like I need more height and interest on this side. I think it looks nice, but I think it's just, I don't know, just the fence panels look a little bit ugly. The fact that there's no height here. The tree does give a good amount of height, but yeah, just this side of the garden. Once the climbing rose and the buddleia start to wake up, it doesn't look as sort of garish, but as soon as you come past those on the path, I just don't like it. So yeah, that's another thing we need to address. And then from there, I think it's just making the garden look even better. So my thing is every year I just try and make the garden look better than it did the year before. I'm not sort of looking at anything else and trying to compete with anything else. I'm just trying to better myself as a gardener, I suppose. Like I think I've only just started to become comfortable addressing myself as a gardener because I'm so sort of new to this, and so I'm just sort of just trying to do my best in my garden, and each year just make a little bit of progress. And I think when you concentrate on that, yeah, dream big, but when you concentrate just on bettering what you're working on in your little project, I think that's when the gains do start to come. So there's the we go. That's the plans going forward, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you'll come on this journey with us and see what we do with this garden, just to hopefully make it even better than what it has been before. And I'll catch you in a bit. Yeah, I'll leave it there. I should probably say like, comment, subscribe and all that, but I always feel cringe saying it, so maybe I'll just put this in. I'll catch you in a bit, guys.